Hello tubers, I wanted to introduce myself and do things a little backwards from how most channels are, instead of posting years of content, and finally introducing, who everybody is and what we do and the origin of where everything comes from. I'm gonna just get mine off right off the bat, and I'll try to introduce myself very shortly and briefly at the beginning of every video, just to be courteous of people that watch the channel. My name is Brad. The channel is called Building with Brad. That's the abbreviation that I have on the channel. We're gonna do a little bit of everything on this channel. I do just about everything, and I mean everything. I do machine work, I build engines, I build transmissions, I do custom wiring, turbo kits, supercharger kits, tuning, just about everything you can possibly imagine on here. Framing, concrete, electrical work, yeah, just about everything. I built the shop we're sitting in, I wired the shop we're sitting in. I set all the machines up that are in here, machines up that are in here. And I'm about to do like a little small entourage video today of me doing some cylinder head work, grinding some valves, grinding some seats, and maybe doing a little assembly. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of short origin story, I guess. I actually own a mechanic shop. That's what I do for a living. And been doing that now for about 13 years. And as of about a couple months ago, I'm in the process of building a house. So you'll get to see a little bit of everything. Me running grinders and welders and nail guns and tractors and little mini excavators and trowels and just about everything. I think it'd be fun. If not, you don't have to watch it, but if you do, welcome. I have a lot of YouTube buddies, and a lot of them post videos, and they are excellent editors. I mean, they have some awesome editing skills. I suck. I'm gonna do the best I can, and they're probably gonna be very, very, very premature looking and very noob looking. I don't know if that's a word I need to use or not, but whatever. Know that my disclaimer, I notice everybody puts a disclaimer on stuff, I guess because everybody holds everybody accountable for everything they does. I am not a professional at, or claim to be a professional at nothing I do. Nothing. I do not have a degree in one single thing that I do in life, period. Am I qualified? Probably so. Am I certified? No, not really. I do have ASC certifications and stuff like that, but I don't know what technically makes you a professional. Is it just you do it long enough and you just become a professional, or people just say, hey, he's a pro, and it sticks? So here we go. Going to grind some valves. Anywho, today we're setting up a set of 799 cylinder heads on an LS. They have double BTR valve springs. They're going to have a turbo camshaft. We're gonna go over here to my valve grinding operation that I have. Did a little wheeling and dealing for something like this back in the day, and decided that this is what I needed. I love it. So anyway, pretty simple machine. You have an in and out axis here for bringing the stone up. Slide the face of the valve over with this action here. So what we are doing, the goal of grinding a valve is to, you can't really see it on this picture here, but if you look at this valve, come on, focus, focus, focus. It's hard to see it. Come on, baby. All right. You see how the face of the valve just has spots? And this here is not a really good example, but this valve is in great shape. Hold on, let me get an exhaust valve. Perfect, yeah, exhaust valves are trash. So you see how this exhaust valve is pitted on the very edge? That's called your seat. This part here that is black between the two is actually where the face of the valve, the seat of the valve, is making a contact with the seat in the cylinder head. And what this machine does, it trues it up. There is a stone you can lock in here and actually true this stone up. Doing research on this machine here, this thing works really good. The coolant still works really good. The stem facer still works really good. All the feeds are really tight. The ways are really tight. The machine, it's still a great machine. I like using it, you know, for an amateur purpose like I am. You know, it can do a 90-degree valve, a 45-degree valve. It can, you know, do just about all your angles that you need. Normally, your typical angles are going to be 45 and then 30, some of your old diesel stuff, but for this one here, it's just going to be 45 degree because that's just your conical valve. This here is not a crazy valve job. It's not, you know, nothing that it's going to be used for super performance. It's not a customer's deal. All right, let's get jiggy with it. Alrighty, I'm gonna go grab a cylinder head. I got you set up on this little homemade bench here. We're gonna clean this cylinder head off. And by the way, this cylinder head I serviced right behind you on this Bridgeport. I'm gonna turn this camera around because I hate not being able to see what I'm doing. Alrighty. Yep, on that Bridgeport right there. It's got a little 4-banger. Anywho, so here's what we got. People that don't know a whole lot about the mechanics of engines, the face of this valve seats on this little seat, which is, you know, ground on the exact opposite plane of this angle to make a valve seat. Cutting stone, mandrel cutting stone. So this is basically just a piece of precision ground stone. And I need to see if you guys can see that. Over here to the side is a cutter, a seat cutter. So basically you adjust this diamond bit on the end of this seat cutter. Need to put a little oil on that thing, it's got to spin. It's got to spin around. This seat cutter here is set over on a 45-degree angle to cut a 45-degree seat. And what you'll do is you'll adjust this until it just does tickle the stone. And you'll tighten it up, and then you have this drill motor here that's on an angle. This is an old baby, but they last forever. You can have them rebuilt. And this one here's probably cut 1 million and gonna cut 1 million. So on to the next job. Give me a second. There's so much going on in here, it's hard for me to kind of keep the camera moving around. If I had a camera on my head, probably a lot better, but this is what we got today. Anyway, I'm going to time lapse this and give you a gist of it. So anyway, you'll cut the stone, it's got a handle on it, you'll run it through the stone. It'll cut a fresh 45 in it. You'll put it on the mandrel. You'll cut each one of these seats. I have a cutting stone for the intake and a cutting stone for the exhaust. Both of them will be preset for each one of them. I'll take you in for a little close-up. So basically, this is Dychem. I use Dychem to kind of give me a guide for where we're putting this thing together. But anyway, and where this thing touches. Anyway, so we're grinding this portion of the seat to the outer portion of the valve. And okie doke, here it goes. Alrighty, that was quick. So anyway, you can probably see from the video, the seats are good and pretty and shiny and look great. Man, that's what I love there. That's awesome. Anywho, as you can see from the video, I ground all the seats, the exhaust and the intake side, and I see a lot of drama on the internet about valve jobs. So, real short, this stone right here is probably taking off, I say about 10 thousandths, I wouldn't say 10, I'd probably say 5.5 thousandths of seat depression, as in sinking the valve down 5 thousandths into the cylinder head. Based on, I mean, I could measure it if we wanted to get into that. That wouldn't really be no big deal. But grinding them in, in hydraulic application, it's really not that big of a deal. I have another seat cutter as well that'll do 3 angles at the same time. I bought from Regis Manufacturing. It has a tool bit in it that you have to preset. Those you can really get in trouble. You would use the seat and guide machine I got over here to do it. This cylinder head here does not require this. This cylinder head is going on a Blazer project that I got. That's going to be pretty budget friendly turbocharged application. The thing probably won't make, I mean, if it makes any more than 750 horsepower, I will be very, 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 very happy. This here will be perfectly fine. The LS is very strong and capable of doing this at that power level, and I don't see why it won't. This is a very primitive way of doing some of the machine work that I'm doing. And I got a lot nicer ways of doing it, but really and truly, I could have pulled these heads off the engine, gapped the rings, slapped this thing back together and not decked it or anything, and it'd have been totally fine. So this here is just kind of going a little overboard with it being a super cheap budget build. But I mean, I own the machines, I can do it. It's really no sense in not doing it. I have no cost in it. You can use this stone on 35 sets of cylinder head, 40, 50, probably 100 sets of cylinder heads before you have to change it. And the cutter on my Bridgeport, it'll probably, man, that thing's so robust, it'll probably do 100 sets of these aluminum cylinder heads. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, I haven't done 100 yet, so on this machine, but I'm getting close. I'm fixing to put these things together. I love BTR stuff. This is a set of BTR, I think 630 lift springs, double springs. It comes with a spacer that goes down into the bottom down here. That is a protector for the cylinder head. And it spaces the spring up. The spacer is, I guess, let me look. I guess that, what's that, 100 thousandths maybe? And it comes with seals, it comes with retainers, it comes with keepers. This is a very primitive way of me putting a cylinder head together because I don't have my pneumatic valve spring tool here. It's at my other shop. I was putting together a cylinder head for another project I got up there, so I got to do it with the old bendy windy. But it'll be fast for y'all because we're fixing to time lapse it. And I'll get back with you here in a minute. Okie dokie, so now we're back to this part. I put all the seals on, and you're wondering, what in the world you got Vaseline for? Your keepers, aggravating little things you ever seen in your life. You have to mash this super strong spring in with a compressor tool, which this tool here is pretty good. I've had a lot of them. This tool here is pretty legit. I welded a handle on the end of it to kind of make it more robust and a little easier to use. Once you get it set, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a timely process. Another question some guys are probably going to ask. Not real sure. Nobody might not even watch these videos. Who knows? All the LS stuff we got out here. I'm not just I do LS stuff, but I do a little bit of everything. Transmission work. I mean, we'll be boring blocks and taking engines apart, transmissions apart. We'll be doing all kind of stuff. My dad's got a 71 CUDA, Plymouth CUDA, Mopar guys out there. I'm putting a Dana in and building the engine for it. Might be doing a Hemi swap on it, no telling. I work on Harleys here. I do all kind of crap here. So just so happens I'm doing an LS this time. I appreciate everyone that stops and takes the time to watch my video. I try my best to talk in the best manner I can. I have a southern accent, and it's hard for me to pronounce some words and probably hard for others to understand some of the words that I'm pronouncing. But I appreciate everybody. And I'm sorry for all the commentary. Just kind of ramble a lot and talk a lot. I'll try to do more work and less talky in some of my videos, most of my videos. And hopefully these videos can help you in some way or educate you in some way. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year's. Always remember, like, comment, and subscribe.